Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Thanks again for being here this week. So we are doing a quick and easy recipe, Portuguese green beans. Very simple, just a comfort food, delicious and healthy. And I'm also going to throw in the pineapple plantation in this video and maybe a couple other little things as far as how my trip is going. And yeah, so let's just get into the recipe. So the beans are just washed and cut up. These are from the family farm. Again, very fortunate that we have all these lovely abundance of fruits and veggies. And I just have garlic, and then I have my pimento paste. So it's basically peppers that have been ground up and they add salt to it. There is no oil in it and it just adds a lot of flavor. And if you can find any kind of pepper paste that is oil free, go ahead and use that. Or you can go into the international aisle in your grocery store and find the Portuguese pimento paste or sauce. Sometimes it's called pimento sauce. So yeah, that's what I'm using. Again, very few ingredients. You're going to see that honestly, it just comes together so easily. So I use a lot of garlic. You don't have to use as much, but I do like a lot of garlic coming through in my beans. So this is that pimento sauce that I was talking about. It is so delicious, and I add 2 heaping tablespoons to my pot, but you can add whatever you prefer. Maybe start off with a smaller amount until you get used to it, just in case you find it too spicy. I don't find it very spicy, but maybe it depends on the type of pepper and where you're finding your sauce. But the Portuguese one typically is not very spicy. It just adds a lot of flavor. So this is where you can customize your seasonings and add whatever you prefer. I'm going to go ahead and add my Himalayan salt. And again, you can add salt if you want to, or you can just not put it in at all and just serve a little bit of salt when you're eating it. I'm going to go ahead and add a bouillon cube. Again, this is optional. I just like the added flavor, but if you don't want to, you don't need to. I've made it without it and it still tastes perfect. Or you can use whatever substitute you have for a bouillon cube just to add a little bit of extra flavor. I had fresh parsley from the family farm, so I'm adding that in as well. Herbs are a great way of adding flavor without adding so many seasonings as well, just so that you know. You don't have to fuss about having all the different seasonings. If you have some herbs on hand, that is just perfect. So I'm just going to close it with the lid and let it do its thing, and I cook it up. I do keep an eye just because I don't like my beans overcooked. So I'm just going to make sure that they're not mushy, and I usually, let it do its thing for like 10 minutes and then check on it and see how it's going from there. This is a gas stove. I'm not used to gas stoves, and it cooked everything super, super fast. So I really had to keep an eye while I was in Portugal cooking in my kitchen, because boy, oh boy, do these little ovens pump out a ton of heat. So I made these beans so many times. Sometimes I throw in the whole cloves just for the flavor, and sometimes I cut up the garlic. In this case, when I ate it on this day, I had cut it up, and so that is what I did. So it really depends. You can do whatever you want. Honestly, you just want the flavor of the garlic. Okay guys, so just taking you outside to our backyard, super rustic, and basically the plants were really overgrown, and I just cleaned out all those pots that you just saw, and I made a little sitting area so that I can meditate and sit outside and enjoy the weather. And the only thing that's really planted out here is beans, and we have a lot of corn, as you can see, and grapes, so wine grapes as well. But that is planted along the whole backyard. We also have a fruit tree in the back. Oh, and we also have the Portuguese yams, which are, what are they called again? Taro. So taro is growing in the back, and it's a root vegetable. So we also have that along the back of the property. So a cousin of ours plants stuff every year. He just changes it up and decides on what he wants to plant on this little piece of land. So the backyard is really big, as you can see. The house is kind of small, but the backyard is huge, so there's a lot of potential in this property. And this is how, the walls are done, just very rustic. Again, this is exactly like the original to the house. We haven't changed it, and the wall hasn't fallen. It has stayed up. And I found it really interesting because the tree looks like an evergreen tree, but it looks a little different. I don't know what types of trees these are that are growing in the backyard, but they look really pretty. And yeah, so there's like I said, a fruit tree in the back, and that's pretty much it. That is the taro, tons and tons of taro across the back of the property, and it grows really big and abundantly. So we never got to try the corn, but it really looked delicious. It looked like it was almost pretty much ready to be picked, but I didn't ask my cousin. We just never got a chance to even, trying to take it off of the plant and trying to eat it. But it did look really nice. I thought it's really pretty too. It grows so nice and tall. It kind of provided some shade for some of the street cats too, which was really cute because I would just hang my clothes to dry, and sometimes there'd be some street cats just chilling in the corn, or they like to just sit on the wall dividing the properties. And yeah, so that is pretty much it. That is our rustic little backyard and what is growing back there. I didn't think there would be anything growing, but again, a family member utilizes this space and tries to grow something during the season. So one of our favorite places to visit is the Pineapple Plantation in the Azores on San Miguel Island. It is so pretty. We love to see how there are different stages, the 6 stages that it takes to grow the pineapples properly and mindfully. They don't rush the process. There is, a lot of thought and a big process that goes along with growing them properly and creating this delicious pineapple as an end result. So this originally was an orange orchard, and a doctor bought the property, and he, I guess, is the first person to make this a reality of this whole pineapple plantation. And originally the pineapples came from Central and South America, and that's how they ended up on the island. So one of the things that I really liked was that they don't charge you for coming in to the plantation to take a look at the pineapples. You can go ahead and go into each greenhouse, and then they even give you like a pamphlet explaining the different stages of how their pineapples grow, and you can go ahead and tour it on your own and take pictures. And if you have any questions, there are people inside the shop that can help you. And there was a very informative lady that worked there. She just, was a wealth of knowledge and the sweetest lady ever. And so we ended up going in and purchasing some stuff in the gift shop. So I guess that's how they make their money. And then again, you can purchase your pineapple, you can purchase pineapple jam or pineapple liqueur if you want to. And in the shop, she actually has samples so you can go ahead and try it. But they had such a variety of really pretty things in the shop, little bracelets, little keepsakes, really, really nice. I highly recommend you visiting if you are in San Miguel in the Azores. Go take a look at the pineapple plantation. So that's it as far as the video goes. I just want to thank you all for watching and for the support on the channel. So I hope you enjoy the recipe. I know a few of you were asking if I could please just let you know how I make it, and I told you it is so easy, very simple. There is no fuss going on with these beans, and you can use any type of bean for the recipe. So I hope you enjoyed that. And then many of you just wanted to have a little peek at the house. The only footage I really have is the backyard, so I thought I would throw that in this video. But that is pretty much it for this video. And I'm just inserting some really pretty pictures because that way you guys get an idea of how beautiful the Azores really are. So take care everyone, and I will see you in the next video.